And I'm just thinking about the young people, and obviously, as you said, the project worked with them in different ways. Some people just came once, some people saw it all the way through its journey. Did you, or were the musicians, your team, aware of any of the impact that it was having on young people? There are any things that you noticed about them at all?
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting. I think there were some young people for whom they're amazing writers, and that just came through right from the off, that they had something to share, and there were and that was beautiful to see, actually, their journeys through the programme, from this kind of initial poem that they started writing through to this kind of fully formed film piece, and you can really clearly see the connections across that. I think for other people it was these little moments of celebration that we had. So there was this one really memorable, lovely moment in one of the very first sessions that we did. We had a bunch of instruments around, people, were free to kind of have a go. So we'd had some sort of the structured sessions, if you like, and then we were having a lunch break and we all ate together. There was lunch provided for everybody. And one of the young people who had engaged in the session a bit, but had been a little on the periphery during the morning, went up to the xylophone, really nice xylophone we have there, and just started playing this little riff. And a couple of the team, we clocked it and we thought, oh, what's this? And so actually gently went over to join him, and so started building this little groove up with him. We had absolutely no common language. We found out afterwards that he'd only very recently arrived, and so we were communicating entirely through the music, and we ended up making this little piece together, really sort of free flow thing, and actually that ended up being the cityscape background music in the final piece, and that was just from a little moment in a break time. And I think that I think sort of highlights the different kinds of successes within the project. There were the long successes that you could see throughout, with people growing their skills, growing their confidence, and then there were these beautiful moments where someone just shared something and we jumped on it, and then very organically kind of built that up, but managed to capture that. So we took a sort of field recording, if you like, of that whilst we were in that moment, and then we built on that with the rest of the group, and then you can see that through. So I think there were so many different young people starting from such different points, that there were lots of different successes. And I guess that was just fantastic to see. And actually, one of the young people, when we shared the film, when we did the premiere of the film, he stood on stage at Derby Theatre and shared just what it had meant to him, that he'd felt really accepted, and that it felt it was so important for him to feel part of that community. So I think it worked on lots of different levels with kind of those different successes coming through.
Yeah, some really beautiful moments and stories there.